Okay, hi and welcome back to part 2 of the Gurren laggan review on how to play video. Anyways, I'll start with the basic gameplay mechanics now. Okay then. Okay, as you can see, there are a few settings. Okay, maybe I should point out then. And this is basically your speed parameter, I think. You can either go to medium or medium and fast, basically. And these are the basic attacks, as you can see. And as you can see, you see these range meters. These are the basic ranges of the attacks and support or attacks you have. The range will depend and where you hit your enemy. Basically, if your enemy is in range of your attack, that basically means you can attack them. And here we have the basic body parts, basically head, body, arm, leg, and everything. And so yeah, as you see these squares, these are the maintenance of your body parts, basically. If any of your body parts get destroyed, you can't use a certain attack with that body part if it's destroyed. So basically, yeah. I did pretty bad. Anyways, basically, the basic way on how you attack is basically the range, and each attack always starts with a small mini game. Basically, if you do good in the mini game, you'll basically have your attack become more powerful. Basically. And there's basically a lot of original Gurren attacks that the Gurren laggan can do. Oh, and almost each one of them are pretty badass. Okay then, so basically, in conclusion, Gurren laggan, the video game, is a pretty decent game in my standards. The graphics are pretty good for the DS. The model for the Gurren laggan looks pretty good to me and everything. But most people, even fans of the show, keep bashing about the video game on how bad the graphics look and the gameplay and everything. They always keep bashing about how bad the gameplay and graphics are. If you ask me, they shouldn't really bash it. I mean, have they even played the game? You should at least try to play the game first to see what you think about it, basically. So, basically, how should I? And it's a very good game to me, and it's a great game for anyone who's a big fan of Gurren laggan. You can either buy this off of any place that sells import things like eBay, Amazon, or Play Asia, anything like that. Or if you're feeling rather really cheap and a bit piratey, I guess, you can always try to find the ROM image of this game and insert it into an emulator and give the game out a try. So anyways, it's a pretty good game to me in general, and I pretty much like it a lot. So in conclusion, I do like the game a lot. So let's see now. Oh, and also I want to note a few things. In general, you don't need too much Japanese in order to learn how to play this game. This game is very easy and straightforward on how to play, basically. And there are a few things I don't like about this game. Sometimes the game can get pretty difficult at some points, and usually have to start over. It does get repetitive at some points, but I have to say, all the super badass attacks and support attacks are pretty awesome to watch. So once again, I highly recommend it to any fans of the Gurren Lagann series. But to other people who never watch this show or don't like it or don't like anime that much, this game really isn't for you. Unless if you're into badass giant mechs, I suppose. So, anyways, I'm sorry if this review seems crappy, since you see, this is my first real game review instead of an iPod game that I usually review most of the time. So anyways, I have one question before I go. Would you guys like me to review other games as well? Because I would love to. However, it might have a lot of stuttering and stuff, so you might have to deal with it. And and I do have quite a few Japanese games I plan to review, but unfortunately some of them require an emulator. Like for example, I have a PS2, but it doesn't have an emulator with it, so I can't play Japanese PS2 games. But I'm just too cheap to buy one. But this may sound really pathetic of me, but